Hey there, funky people. Welcome to another episode of the Funky Marketing Show. This is the show where I host great people, great professionals, people that do funky marketing or have a funky approach to life and to business and to everything else. They work for others or they work for themselves. And today I have the great pleasure to welcome a dear friend of mine, somebody that it's been a long time coming when it comes to recording these episodes, and somebody that it's in a close community of mine on LinkedIn, like I guess one of the top 10 um, people over there, and I guess you probably know her. In the past, probably as CLV lady, today maybe as something different, but as somebody who talks openly about things honestly and directly. So Juliana, welcome to the show.
Yo, your intro is dope. I was listening, vibing. It's a really cool intro. Yeah, man. I mean, I'm still the COV lady, just like right now I'm more like the CXL lady. Yeah, it's cool to be here. Really nice to finally get to have this convo. And hi to everyone that's watching. I'm here in my kitchen. I have fish. I have corn. I have everything. I don't have a library with books behind. But yeah, I got chips. Look, I got chips, everything. I'm done.
At least you have one more room. Like here in my apartment, okay, I have one more where I sleep, but this is where all is happening. Now I'm arranging the office after a year because I had
Oh,
one and then like I didn't find any that's approachable. I couldn't stay in this one, and then like are now trying to find the creative space. You know, just
I,
for myself to get out of the apartment. That's the first thing.
yeah, that's not gonna happen once you have kids because I have like in the living room. I just set up my office and bought a monitor and I have like one of those big desks and I have cameras and I have like a light ring. But still, I'm here in my kitchen because my son is walking all over. The baby is walking all over the living room, and so I'm always working from the kitchen and eating from the kitchen because you're here close to food. And yeah, the pandemics haven't been very good to Juliana.
Yeah, I can imagine. I'm like that too. Like my wife goes to work, leaves something in the fridge, or goes to sleep, leaves something in the fridge. I'm staying up so it doesn't survive the night or the day.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah,
Cool.
but when I was younger, my mother used to call me non-profit investment because my metabolism was really fast and you could not see things that I eat.
Any progress with your
Yeah.
yeah, it works the other way around for me right now.
I mean,
It's what
years
it is, man.
cut to us, but we still look cool. That's what I'm gonna say.
100% we look cool. Cool, I can take cool, yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. So today we're gonna talk about lots of different stuff.
Don't get me fired, okay? Just whatever you ask me.
No, definitely not. I think like
Cool.
Pep is a cool guy.
He is. He
Like
is.
let me tell you something. When I worked in default design, the agency when I was director of operations, like the only event that my CEO wanted to go was Pep's event in the forest of Lithuania or Lithuania. I don't know, like somewhere around
Estonia,
that. Maybe Estonia. Yeah,
because he's
yeah,
from
somewhere where
Estonia, yeah.
he's organizing those things, and I was like, that's a great idea because they're like talking with only people that talk about conversions, about those kind of things. That was because like we were performance marketing agency, and
Yeah.
that was like the only event that's cool. Like gather people who are just like you and talk. But now like pandemic actually, you know, made events look like that. All of them
Yeah.
offline.
Yeah, we just had an event in Texas last week. It was the anniversary of 10 years of CXL, and it was awesome. Unfortunately, I couldn't go because of pandemics, and I'm in Romania. But there were a lot of people. You probably seen all over social media, and the feedback was that it was a different type of event. Like basically, what Pep was trying to cancel the PowerPoints and the slides and everything, and just have people talk to each other and make groups of people that have the same interest or the same things that they want to learn. So everyone was like set up in groups and had talking points, and it was really cool. And I'm jealous because some of my friends went there and I couldn't. And I was just watching pictures. I was on the CXO Slack and just like looking at pictures. I'm like, damn, fuck, I would have
Uh,
wanted to be there.
I'm noticing that something's missing. My glasses. So
Yeah.
I look smart and cool as well.
Yeah. You did anyway. You did anyway.
Yeah. So tell me, how was that transition? Like you've been in SaaS before. You are not working in e-commerce your whole career. You were working in SaaS, then
Yeah.
e-commerce, then you switch again to SaaS, to education, whatever is CXL doing lots of stuff. So how was that transition for you?
It was harder than I anticipated because I mean the CXO had the business model. It's a combination of e-commerce and SaaS in a way in terms of marketing, but it's an education. It's an online learning platform. So there's things that are hitting home, but there are things that I forgot, of course. But I do come from SaaS. I've been working in SaaS for 11 years now, and like working in the last years and building all that audience and network around e-commerce and working with direct to consumer brands. Like when I switched to this business model, I didn't anticipate I have to go back to my brain and figure out how to do shit that I was doing in the past. And what I can tell you about CXL is that the standards are very high. Like, I mean, everyone knows PIP. Like, the standards are very high. And in the first week that I got hired, Pip told me something like, "If it's not excellent, don't do it." Like that's it. And I was like, okay, no pressure, no pressure. So yeah, it's been hard. Like my first month, it was imposter syndrome, like all over. Like I was doubting everything I was doing, and I was talking to Agni, and I was like, bro, I don't know, am I doing this right? And everyone that knows me thinks I have like this huge confidence, and I do, and I really thought I'd have confidence, but I shitted my pants the first month. Like I was like, oh my god, I do not know anything, but it's cool now. Like now I'm breathing. But yeah, it's a hard transition when you're working in a fully SaaS model, when you're thinking only about B2B marketing and you're thinking about the classic corporate marketing world is like very different than what I was doing in direct to consumer, where things are mostly there's like things that e-commerce companies should learn from SaaS, but there are also things that SaaS companies should learn from e-commerce in terms of relationship and how to build an audience and a brand and all that good shit. But yeah, it was hard. In a few words, it was fucking hard.
Yeah, you reminded me of something that we often forget. Like you and I both are like outgoing people on social media. If you look at it, like and if somebody is looking from outside, they wouldn't know what's happening inside. Because like people tell me like, hey, would you like to like write a monthly article for us here in Serbia? Like I want to tackle employment, those kind of topics. Nobody's talking about it. Yeah, but nobody's asking me, so I'm not talking about it. And she's like, well, looking from outside you seem super busy. Like, okay, but like I spend 80% of my time thinking, so I can skip an article inside it or something like that. And it seems like we know what we are doing in each step of the way, and that's often not true. Like,
it's not. It's not, and I don't have all the answers. And it's strange. Like you get to that position when you're supposed to do stuff that you forgot. Like, I mean, the basics of marketing are the basics of marketing, no matter what where you at. Like it's that constant conversation versus marketing and digital marketing. it's still marketing. It's just, different iterations of marketing and different, apply to different industries. But yeah, like it's a pressure from social media that it's transpiring throughout your job and throughout what you're doing, and everything that you do. Basically, you're starting to think like, oh shit, what if I fuck this up and people on social media are gonna find out that I fucked this up, and then I will lose all my credibility. Like, there's a lot of things, that we're thinking. And most of this shit is just like 99% in our head because it's never gonna happen. But like, we're our biggest saboteurs. So like, we're constantly putting pressure on ourselves to perform, and that's how you get burned out. Period.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I learned like, I mean, it's not possible in every company, or like agencies are especially, very hard place to work because like it's pressure. We need to get this done. We need to go. Let's see how fast we can actually make this, and then comes another project. Let's do this again, and
Yeah.
like you are meant to sit down for 8 hours. Why? And you are like creative. I consider marketing as creative as well. So like, wouldn't it be better if you can go out for a walk for half an hour if you cannot set your mind right to work, and then come back and do the job perfectly,
Yeah.
instead of, or think for 2 days about something and do the excellent job? Like Pep told you, if it's not excellent, don't do it at
Don't do
all.
it.
Like that means having somebody who has been through things, and
And understands
and
marketing.
understands. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, I can see that people are actually, making conversations under the live stream post.
between between each other.
That's great. We'll go back to them at the end and try to maybe answer some of those things. But I see that sometimes we need to, like, working in marketing depends on a different role you have. So sometimes it's strategic, and sometimes when you switch your job, you're getting back to implementation again. So and that's like, can you do it or you can't?
Yeah,
Are you
100%.
just talking about it, or you can actually do it? So I wanted to ask you, as in your early time at CXL, which is still on,
Still a good
right?
time.
Yeah, you like were responsible for the product launch, or was part of the team. I don't know how it actually goes.
So my role at CXL is multifaceted. So to give it like the
Yeah,
brief,
that's also good. I forgot about that. Please
yeah.
explain
So
that.
so I can so to answer to that question, I have to give you like the full background. So my role at CXO is multifaceted. When I say customer marketing, means it's retention. So I'm handling retention. I'm handling what happens after someone purchased a course or a mini degree, right? So I handle the customer journey from that moment, after. But I also one of a part of my role is to transform trials into paid accounts. I think the people in the chat are trying to sell a product and they're distracting me. They're trying to sell. They're having a convo to push a product, but it's all good. Go for your hustle. Yeah, it's funny. So yeah, like and besides that, I have to run the community, but I also have like a huge product marketing component. And I have always done product marketing in one way or another, even if I was evangelizing, even if it was I running the team and I wasn't doing the implementation per se. Like in my last 6 months at OmniConvert, I wasn't doing that much implementation per se. I was running a team, as you know. And I was still doing stuff like, high level stuff that, I know that I could have done it in a way that I would like to, excellent way. But yeah, so my when I first started here, my first project was to launch a mini degree, a product marketing mini degree, which was meta as fuck because it was a mini degree about product marketing, which includes product launches. So I had to launch a product that includes product launches. Like, it was the most meta stuff at all. So I've launched a lot of products before, maybe like close to 5, 6 products that I had launches, but I wasn't doing the launch that I did this time. It was like the classic product hunt, which is like very SaaS driven, where you have that day when you message everyone on LinkedIn that bro, vote my shit, vote my shit, vote my shit. But like one thing that I took and it helped me a lot with launching this product marketing mini degree was my knack for project management, because a product launch, it's another way of saying a very good project management of the launch per se. It's like a discipline. So I remember is this guy called Rowan Naroha. This guy is the founder of this product marketing community called exactly like this product marketing community. So I watched this guy on Winter talking to Pep some times ago, and he was talking about product launches, right? So I went back to that video because this is marketing. Like, this is marketing, listening to shit that other people are doing and try to do it as well and improve that stuff. So I went to that video, that he did with Pep, and I found things that I can implement ASAP and into my own mentality of it. So I took like a very ops approach to this launch, a very project management. Is like a whole discipline when like it has 6 stages. You set the foundation of the launch, you craft the launch story, you assign tasks to everyone, like, what does it look like? What's the positioning? What's the messaging? Are we ready to launch? Then you have to gather feedback, internally or externally on, what happened before. Like, are people aligned with the product launch? What's the plan for the comms? Like, it's a lot of planning and project management involved. Then, you have to do the comms and the PR, and you have to make sure that the organization is ready to launch the product. And then it's the launch week where everyone is ready to sell and evangelize. And then at the end is the cross-functional debrief to make sure that the shit, was good. So basically, more or less, a launch includes, like, if I could research to find, it's like 80 to 90 tasks that I had to do. And I remember I was killing Agnian, who just started as well. I was like, bro, you got to do this, you got to do this. So, I mean, I think the biggest takeaway that I have for product launches is that it should be a great collaboration with the product team and the marketing team. And I was in the marketing team for this launch, but specifically, I was more in the product team than in the marketing team. And it was great. Like you saw, it went really, really good. And then I calmed down and my imposter syndrome went a bit down. But yeah, definitely, like, for whoever wants to, watch this video, Rowan Aroha from Product Marketing Community. He's on YouTube with the Pep for Winter Games.
We'll add the link.
I can send you do you want me to look for the link? I'll look for the link right now.
Yeah, no worries. We'll add it in the comments later. Yeah.
On LinkedIn. Yeah. Like, that guy is cool. But then, when, like, a big part of, what I did was QA the product. Like, I was the first person that actually went through the whole product marketing mini degree. And that's like 35 hours of content.
Yeah.
So I had to go through it was great because the content was good. I was learning every frame I was learning. But, like, I had to do that in 3 days. And to make sure that I found the issues and I report them to the product team and to the tech delivery team and to fix them. It was crazy. And then I got to the product launches chapter that's done by Morgan Molnar from Momentive AI, former SurveyMonkey. And then she came up with some strategies as well. So I was like, you know what, let's do some promo kits for instructors. So make sure everyone is aligned on the day of the launch. And you saw, like, when we started, in the launch day, everyone, I think, on LinkedIn spoke in our circle, at least in our small network. I think they spoke about that launch for at least 2 days on Twitter and LinkedIn, which was fucking awesome. I was like, oh shit, this worked. I wasn't like a crazy high maintenance person for a month for no reason. But you know what's crazy? Like, all this experience, you know me. People don't know me necessarily as you know me. But, like, when I joined CXL, what I was telling Pep, I was like, Pep, I want to do content marketing. I want to be the best in content marketing. After this launch, I realized that content marketing does not excite me at all. Like, I have no more, like, zero interest in content marketing anymore. I mean, it's still great. Like, don't listen to me and think it's not good. Content marketing is super important. copywriting, blog posts, social media, whatever. Content marketing is fucking essential to you, to your growth as a company. But for me, I was like, you know what? I don't really care about this no more. So I was like, this doesn't excite me. And in all my past roles, I was always, focused on the operational part, and the processes and, making sure everyone is doing their job and project management. And I said, you know what? I'm more attracted about this part. Like, I'm really good at this shit. So then I'm slowly right now trying to get myself more involved with marketing ops and technical and, like all this side, which is not as sexy yet as demand gen or content marketing is. But like without people that know how automations work, know how to create automations, know how shit actually works and comes together, it's kind of hard to do content or demand generation. So yeah, like it was crazy. my last 2 months were crazy. Yeah.
Exactly. Like, I mean, you're becoming the person behind the scenes.
Yeah, and I'm okay with that because everyone that knows me thinks, like, oh, she likes to be on social media. And you know that I used to be on all the podcasts and events before. I stopped doing them for a long time. Like, this is like the second event I've done in the last, 2-3 months. And usually I would have been everywhere. I was like going to everything that everyone was inviting me. I was going, but it helped because, I built my audience and that personal brand, But now I'm like, whatever,
Yeah, let's go through it a little bit. Like in the last episode, I talked with Daniel Chmela from Chili Piper, and what he said is something that I resonate with as well. And it also, it got me back to those tweets by Gaetano, by you, Chris, whoever was there in the on Twitter. But like he was one thing he said is like, okay, I'm working for this huge startup, and instead of focusing on my personal brand, I'm focusing that the company wins, and if the company wins, I'm set up for life. Like,
Yeah.
That's the game. Like,
Yeah.
And sure, I can, if it helps, I'm gonna work on my personal brand to add a thing here and there. But instead of writing the best shit on my profile, I use the best thing for the company's page, or those kind of things. And I get into the comments on the company page and interact with people and those kind of things. So that's the difference. Okay, I like the story about the personal brand and everything, especially if you are the CEO, like building something.
Yeah.
But like, does everybody need to have personal brand? Definitely no.
Yeah, no, I'm with you 100%, and I never liked the personal brand shit, because I've been super honest about it. I'm known for trolling, this stuff, and it's fine. It's just that right now, and like Gaetano, I love that guy. Like he nailed it. Like when I saw his tweet, like I swear, like that guy thinks what I think. It's just he says it better than me, that I can do it. So when he tweeted the other day that like this whole personal brand thing is like con artistry, like people are hiring people that have no idea what the fuck they're doing. Like you can hire someone that's just a very good content marketer but doesn't know how to specifically do something. So it's very hard because you cannot tell anymore what's reality or truth, because look how easy it is. And you see people that, and I've seen this a lot, like you it's someone that just started on LinkedIn, has 60, 120 followers, and then in 2-3 months they double, triple, whatever. Their posts are doing good. I mean, I'm not talking about that half of the LinkedIn is buying likes and comments and they're writing their own comments and they're like, great content, great insight, but it's their own fucking comments. Like I can tell when someone has a fake engagement on the profile.
I don't know if it's still happening. Like it happened with Lampods. Yeah, with Lampods, and I had Ugi Đurić, who was working for Lampod, for Lamlist. Actually, it was the same company. Then they sold that part. He was working for them, and he was like honest. Like, I thought this shit is working. We were all doing it, but then I figured out, like, because of it, my engagement went to minus. when
Yeah.
LinkedIn figured it out, and I wouldn't do it ever again.
No, but it's real. Like you can tell, like the way you can tell if someone has fake engagement, just look at the likes of the person. And if those people have the similar faces and they're all from a third
Yeah,
network, it's fake.
yeah,
And if all the comments are like, great post, thank you for sharing, great insights, thank you so much for sharing. And then the funny part is that I don't know the name of that software, but the way the automation works is that sometimes it duplicates the comments. So it's two different people with the same comment. So I'm laughing my ass off because I know like I have people in my network that do that all the time because I remember like how the fuck did you get 60 likes on a video? Like you wouldn't get 2 likes to save your life. And then I saw it. I was like, oh shit. And I wanted to make fun, but I'm trying to be a nicer person
yeah.
lately.
There is one thing that that we should say, and it is, you cannot always say bullshit about what companies are doing, and you want them to become your customers or
Yeah,
clients. Like, you need to have a balance over there. If you just go with negativity and just say what they are doing wrong, you won't get them as clients.
for sure, for sure. I mean, it's a free, like social media right now, again, it's what it is, man. Like it's not as it was back in 2020 when it was fun. Like it was really fun a
Hmm.
year or two ago. I mean, obviously organic was great and everyone was exploding and it was a great time for LinkedIn. But right now it's mostly everyone just signaling, is virtue signaling, word signaling, personality signaling. Like everyone's just signaling shit. So yeah, that's why I decided to take like a step back and focus more on other stuff, that make me happy. So yeah, it's complicated with social media right now.
Yeah, here's another story about our friend Gaetano that I guess that you don't know it, because
Which
he said that example on the State of Demand Generous. He was a host with Chris,
hmm
and it is like he had a girlfriend, and she was always like, I need to add a comment, I need to do this, I need to do this, and then he checked out the phone, and like she was in those pods, and he was like, what the fuck are you doing? Then he said, and then like Chris asked him what happened with her. Like, I have to broke the relationship down.
just for that.
Yeah, like that was all she was doing the whole day, and I was like, man, come on.
Yeah. No, it's real. It's real. And I think it's I mean everyone wants to be liked and everyone wants to be admired, but I'm going to say some gems right now for you. I think all our problems as humans, all of them have one source, is that we desperately want to be better than at least someone else.
Hmm.
That's why we have problems. We're looking on social media, we're attracted by disasters, we're attracted by when people are getting shitted on or comments or negativity. So we're attracted by that because it makes us feel that we're better than someone, so it makes us feel good. So the reason why all of us have problems is just because we want to be better than someone else. And this happens to absolutely everyone without a doubt.
It comes from inside,
Hell
always.
yeah. Absolutely. And we would have been more happy if we wouldn't be so much focused on comparing ourselves to everyone. Because it's not everyone, it's everyone has their own, road ahead. It doesn't have to be equal to someone else, or it doesn't have to be, the same. Yeah.
Yeah, like it always comes down to stoicism. Those I
Yeah.
always remind myself, like, this is the book I read
You have Marcus
every day.
Aurelius.
Marcus Aurelius is always there.
Yeah. I only have corn in my bed. But I do eat a lot with fish.
I mean, it helps with with analyzing yourself and everything else.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, no, it's true, but it is what it is, man.
Yeah, like, look, when it comes to, I was just thinking about the things that we've been talking about so far, and like, you know, the thing that you told me, that you understood what you don't want to focus at and what you want to focus at. I see that as like growing an agency, like coming up to 25K in 18 months, MRR. Like, I was like, okay, that's okay. I'm good at this shit. Let's go to something else.
Yeah.
and and then I started, my mind just shifted into other stuff. I started to do myself like more consulting, more trainings in house, help others build their products, by being as part of the team, or somebody from my team is becoming part of their team, different stuff. And I guess in the future I'll focus more on like developing a product or something like that. No idea yet, but
Yeah.
we the whole goal and everything is like I want to help as many people as possible. So I want to keep my options flexible, because that's how I do that,
I get
instead
it.
of focusing on me. That's like always another thing. But what are some other things that you are seeing today on social media that work well or don't work at all?
Oh, I don't know, bro. I mean, it's just I used
It's
to
just
respect.
and it's
I
just
used
too
to.
many changes, right?
Yeah, I mean,
Happening
I used to
everywhere.
respect a lot of people that I'm connected to that have fallen into this thirst trap of likes and vain being vanity and trying to be I don't know, popular and whatever. And I get it to a degree. I think social media is important. I think content is important. But I think, like it's gonna switch into this like the metaverse and the web3 and NFTs. So that is something that excites me more than what social media is today, because the actual social media is gonna be in the new type of internet experience that awaits us that's already happening, but it's not equally distributed. And yeah, I mean, for now, social media, I use it to talk to people or to meet with people. And I don't use it
To
that
be
much
social, to be
to be
social.
social. Yeah, I'm when I was working for OmniConvert, I was on a mission, right? But it was a mission that it wasn't necessarily aligned with what I am, or what I want to do. But I was very focused on that mission because I believed in the product, and I still believe. Even if I don't work for them anymore, I still believe in the product because the team is awesome and the technology is great. It's just that I was doing so much to help that I really lost myself in the whole process of that whole social media and being everywhere. And I just got tired of it. So now I'm happy that, I'm in a space where, yeah, of course, I'm still contributing and, posting and whatnot, but I'm more in a space that I'm focused on self growth and building myself and learning skills that are, I don't have to be obligated in a way to be on LinkedIn every day. Like I was laughing because on my phone before I had like 3, 4, 5 hours of LinkedIn, but now if I have 10 or 15 minutes is a miracle because I don't spend that much time anymore. So I'm happy, I'm happy that I don't, but
What's
it's
replacing it? Twitter?
on Twitter, I'm not that good in the sense that I cannot get people to retweet me or to die in my
But
comments.
usually, when you go into the scrolling on Twitter, it goes on and on. You don't notice it.
Yeah, yeah, no, I spend on I lurk a lot, and the only reason I'm on Twitter is because I read about Web3 and blockchain and DeFi and dApps and whatever all these acronyms that I'm not ready yet to have a full conversation about. But I'm reading a lot. Like I'm following all these guys. I'm planning to mint an NFT as well. I'm gonna show you. I'm gonna show it to you on my phone. So one time,
So far.
oh, I was on my I was on LinkedIn. So one in 2018, you're gonna love this. So in 2018, I did this picture when I was impersonating Biggie.
Mm-hmm.
So someone, when I was working in the music industry, so someone draw me, and it's really dope. I'm gonna show it to you right now. I'm not posting this, but so this is the Biggie picture. Hold up, there is the
Mm-hmm.
classic Biggie picture. And then this is me with Romanian money trying to imitate Biggie.
Nice.
So I was working in the music industry. So someone draw me, right? And I'm gonna show you the drawing. There it is.
Okay, that's interesting.
Yeah. So I put this as an avatar on Twitter for a few hours, and then Corrales messaged me. You know Corrales. And he was like, "Yo, you should like let's do it. Let's mint this." So I'm gonna test this NFT stuff, and I'm gonna try to mint this and see if I can sell it because it has a nice story. It's a Romanian money. It's hip hop. It's diverse, because the NFT world right now is not very diverse and inclusive. So just trying to explore with that. But yeah, I mean, what I'm also like happy to talk about besides social media is to basically say that I feel like there's a huge gap in the market for talent right now,
Mm-hmm.
and it has like two dimensions. One is that again we're hiring on based on false pretenses because of this whole personal branding shit that went out of hand. But secondly, like something that really fascinates me lately is technical marketing and the huge gap in the market for technical
Yeah, I
marketers.
felt it. I know.
Yeah, yeah, like this is something that fascinates the shit out of me. So I started training myself more on this, and I've been talking. I've been looking for communities for technical marketing communities or ops communities for marketers, just like Riv Genius, but for marketing. And they're like, I was surprised like there's so many places outside what I'm used to, like e-commerce and us with B2B and whatever. And there's people that actually talk about stuff like
Mm-hmm.
automations and CDP and analytics and data and whatnot. So I really think that moving along from 2022 and all these changes that are happening around us with internet experience, I think being non-technical as a marketer is not going to be an option anymore.
Yeah.
I think you're gonna be fucked. Even if you're just doing content marketing, you have to do technical content marketing as well. Like there's SEO, but there's also technical SEO. And you have to understand the meta, the robots, all the stuff that
Yeah.
it's involved there. So I think we're moving into a world where being non-technical is not gonna be an option anymore for marketers. So I'm feeling that coming very soon. So yeah, like
I think it's already there. Like,
yeah,
look, lots of people, that I ask from time to time, people who think like, who you think it's a, funky marketing top voice, and they come up with people that I for sure know that the only thing that they know is to write a good copy, and I was like, man, come on, like, can you be a strategist without ever implementing something? You probably can in theory,
yeah,
but will you have results with it? I don't think so, because you need to guide somebody to get there,
yeah,
or sometimes you will be the one who need to implement it, those kind of things. And when I was trying, to get a person who can, so I can focus on like building up the company, and somebody can come in and be like, let's say, full stack marketer. However, everybody was missing part, like they didn't go to analytics. They don't know, they have, if they were in content, they never check their results, like how did your content perform, do you know that? They have never started like the Facebook campaign. Let's not talk about Google, but Facebook, they have never started it, they have
yeah,
never tried it, and not even talking about about SEO. Content writer that doesn't know, like, how to upload the article to the WordPress. Fuck it.
yeah. That's crazy. Yeah,
Because it's not about do you know how to write it or no, but when you know what are the technical necessities, you will know what to add to your writings,
absolutely.
and those kind of things. Like, I still remember my first time when I was a GM, and I have never done. Usually, there was my team that was doing the on-site for the client, but then
Yeah,
we come up with another startup with like sister company, and I was the only person in marketing. So it's up to me to implement the on-site, and there was a fucking annoying client with a millionaire that was selling cars and doing repairing those kind of stuff, and he was retired, but he got out of back of retirement because he saw that service is bullshit, and he was all like that. Yo, no, we need to do it, we need to be first, we need to go, like, and we were uh, you know we were second on Google, And when we were doing the redesign of the website, and so there was a pressure to do it as fast as possible and as good as possible so he can come back to the top. And because like if they are not in the first four, let's say in Google Maps, they got zero calls, zero, so no business.
Yeah, yeah, yeah.
And like I did it all by myself, like in a day. That's all. That was all that I was doing. I isolated from everybody, and they got back like on Maps. They were on the third place. After the redesign, they were on second place. And Google, they were back in the first place. That doesn't happen. That rarely happens. That they got the same position. Maybe in a month or month and a half, they got back the position, but not like the same week. And like the guy wasn't satisfied. Like, man,
What the fuck do
that's
you
all
want?
that I can do. you know. So, but I was able to perform it.
Yeah.
That's what I wanted to say. Okay, I was leading the team and everybody, but when it comes to the position, can you do it or not? Like you need to perform. And I don't know many people now in marketing world that can perform the things. And we're not talking about marketing ops people or data and analytics guy. We are talking about others who are trying to get the best salaries, to be the best, like, demand gen or full stack marketers or whatever we call them. Like, you need to know that part as well. And that is the
Imagine
part that
being
is
a
hugely missing.
CMO. Imagine being hired as a CMO, right, for a company, and you don't know how to look at conversions in Google Analytics. Like it's so
Like,
bad.
it's happening. It's happening.
I know.
Because like, I'm okay with that. Like, CMO needs to know how to, create the teams, how to guide them towards results, those kind of things. But sometimes, like Sunday evening, before the work begins, before the month begins, I want to get into the analytics myself, into the CRM. I want to see myself what's happening,
Yeah.
because as I have seen the results, but I want to check myself some of the things because I know how it works, and I want to see if because like you see the future from the dirt, not from being, in the back.
Yeah, no, you're sitting, center side at the football game, but you're not playing the game, you're just watching.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
So
know.
yeah, that's also what's happening. That's the good point.
Yeah, it is. And it's scary. It's really scary. But I think it's a lot of time and space for people to learn. Like right now, I'm taking JavaScript courses. If you would have told me 1 year ago that I would be taking JavaScript courses, I would have, it's like, what the fuck? Like 1 year ago, I would have said, man, I'm going to go into this e-commerce shit, gonna do whatever. It's just, it gets tiring, at some point, and it gets like, I was super burned out after my last job, like burned the fuck out. And I had, I didn't hide it from no one. It's just I was done. So when I started working here, I came like a dog, like those dogs that like there was this video with a dog that was like mistreated by like in the past by other people, and then they get into a house and they're afraid to accept the love. And like it's not obviously the same situation, but it's similar to that. Like you just get burned the fuck out and traumatized, and you're afraid, and you're blowing into yogurt like it's chorba, as you know. Our soup is like. And it's when I got into here, the fact that the company is very focused on learning and experimentation is really great, because you just get out there. Like there's no excuse. And for everyone, that wants to work here or likes the company, just know like you need to be very technical, or at least medium technical. You won't survive at all. Like it's hard. So I really advise everyone listening to try to at least do beginner courses of Google Analytics or SEO, even if you don't implement that, even if you don't do it, at least to know what it is. And yeah, no more dreams
Yeah,
for me anyway to become a CMO or a VP of marketing. I just want to be a very, senior level contributing professional.
like there are actually four, I think four free courses from Google about uh, two about analytics, I think,
Yeah.
one about Google Tag Manager, another about all the Google products, and they are basic, but it's free. And you know what
Yeah.
happened? Like I had a situation when I, asked a couple of people to go and like go through the courses, and then I gave them access to some of the G analytics that I had, so they can actually go and check things out.
Yeah.
And like when they finished, and I wanted to for them to like show me what
What they learn.
they have learned. Like first, uh, they were asking me, where did you send me the link to the G analytics? Because they never even clicked on the email when I gave them access.
Oh my
And then
gosh.
when they enter the G analytics, like they didn't know the basic things like how to operate. I said skip this part, go to show me like LinkedIn, show me where the goals, like show me how the behavior is, like no. And I was like, why am I wasting time here? You
Yeah.
know, and I don't know, like that's the second thing up to the gap that you've been saying. Like
Yeah.
there are lots of people that think that they want to learn and they get somewhere, but you figure out that it's just short term. And I don't know who was Robert Koch or something like that on LinkedIn was saying about it. There are so many people when you now look at the CVs, they have changed like 6 to 10 jobs in 6 to 12 months, and like
Yeah.
those people are unemployable. Why would you hire somebody like that?
I mean, yeah, like it's nothing wrong to leave a job if you're not happy with it immediately. Like if it's not a hell yes, it's a hell no. But also, it's hard. Like if you're jumping from job to job, like you have to see, like maybe it's not necessarily the employer, maybe it's you.
Mm-hmm.
And I think, again, as Dave says it on LinkedIn, we gotta embrace our own shitness because, like, our marketers are full of shit, full of shit, full of it.
Man,
Every
for
every
sure.
step is full of shit. So I think there's just a few people that are actually really, really, candid about who they are and what they're doing, and I think we're both know about we both know who we're talking about. But then it's always gonna be like it's like everything in life. Every forest has its fucked up trees, because I don't find a word for rugged trees, raggedy trees, fucked up trees. That's all I had. But yeah, I think, again, like as a conclusion for me, like moving further in the next year, if you're not going to be technical as a marketer, at least a bit, you're going to have really, really, really big issues to move careers or find a new job, because everything is going to it's about to become even more technical than it is. And yeah, it's crazy. So that's it, like when you ask me, the switch was hard, but it's exciting because I get to learn a lot of shit. Yeah,
Yeah, totally
and Pep
agree. And
is awesome, and it's awesome to work for Pep. It's awesome. Like he gives you type of feedback that you need. And one lesson that I learned from him was, like when you get feedback from people, to not make it about yourself, because it's not about you as a person. It's just
yeah,
exactly like what you're doing can be done better. So before I used to take personal everything. But it's how we are here in our region. As you know, like in our region, if you even look at someone for too long, it's on site. Like, what is it, And pull your pants up, take your earrings down, and beat them up. But when I started working here, like I learned that lesson. I've known it for a lot. I was trying to learn that lesson for so many years. But like when someone gives you feedback, it gives you the feedback to make you feel better. So when you have a manager or you're having, someone that you're working with, listen to those people, because it's not about who you are as a person. It's about the fact that they're trying to teach you that, the outcomes of your work, the outputs of your work could be better. So I think that's the super big lesson that I learned.
yeah, and also like we have all been in the second role when we are the ones like that the people that have direct response, and basically we are the ones giving feedback, and it is like feedback, it isn't like saying that somebody is doing something wrong or in a wrong way. It's like giving them like why and giving them what can be the improvement.
Yep.
So that's a good feedback, and that's like I think lots of leaders and managers need to understand those things, because your feedback is actually there to help them get better, not to criticize them.
100%, yeah, 100%. And it's definitely not about you as a person. Like, I know it's hard for all of us to not take shit personal in a way where people are just Googling everyday ways to victimize themselves online and transform that into shitty content. But it's cool. Like, no one is out to get you. I promise.
Yeah, and it's also one of when I was like, it was my first time being a GM, team leader, then a GM, and I was like, that guy Oleg Vishne, whatever is the name, was
Oh
all
my
over
God.
the
Agree.
LinkedIn.
Yeah, I know
I
that
have
guy.
no idea what he's now posting. He's
He
been blocked
blocked me.
for years,
He
but
blocked me.
like, I think I removed him from my followers, something like that. But the point that I want to make is that you know him and many others were out there. Like, it's so easy to to talk shit about managers, about people above you, about the CEOs,
Yeah.
about people in charge of decision making process. And it's like there are less people from our side who will get into those discussions, because let's like there are less people who are making decisions as though there are not. So it's not comparable, and we'll always be on that side.
Yeah.
But there's no possibility that all the managers are bad, that all the leaders are bad. So
Absolutely not.
and like, and back then I was like, I'm gonna be the one that will tell the other side of the story. And
No, I
like,
get it.
because it's damn hard, like being in the middle. You have people from your team that you're trying to help by doing things for them and arranging things with a CEO. On the other hand, you need to do things that CEO hired you to do. So
Yeah.
you are in the middle, and CEO thinks that you are working more for the team. Team means that you are working for the CEO, and then
Yeah,
like
exactly. And it's hard.
you are
Yeah.
here.
Yeah. I know. Been there. I know very well. And it sucks. And it's not, yeah.
Yeah.
I know. But not all managers are bad, man. Like sometimes, again, we should just look in the mirror and see if we can stand the look of our faces for some time. Try to, accept that this is what it is. Once you accept stuff, shit becomes easier. Like it's that easy, but it's that hard.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Let me
Cool.
see what Solomia asked. How to get clients for SaaS? I have tech team and we can do the SaaS, but struggling in
They were trying to sell something because they
searching
stopped after
for.
I called them out.
Yeah, like, but look, like when I'm reading this question and without without more things to know, like it seems like you just build a product and didn't try it out, didn't sell it with the MVP, don't have the product market fit, you don't know who it is for. Like, it seems so generic that I
Yeah.
don't know what's the advice that I can give you. I can give you like, find, reach out to 3 people that you think are your customers and ask them to give you feedback to use the product.
No, but this was scripted here. What's happening right now? It's a script because once I called it, they stopped talking.
Yeah. Probably. I'm not looking on LinkedIn, so I don't know,
No,
but
I
it's
was
kind of
seeing it
interesting.
here. But like when I was doing events before, there was people that started to talk between each other, like, "Hey, I wish I had all these slides from the event in one folder," and they were like, "Hey, oh, I use this. You should try it too. Oh my God, thank you so much." Fuck out of here. The fuck out of here. So I know, like, this is so, it's like that thing that I didn't even have time to respond to you, but it's that thing that you tweeted and tagged me in it, and it's like, getting leads and shit like that to like it's so growth hack. Growth
Yeah.
hack.
Yeah.
That's how I feel about it. Yeah.
So any last words for this episodes? We're
Well,
gonna
this
make
was
more,
fun.
but this is just for this one. Not
No,
last words ever.
I'm mad at LinkedIn that they didn't give me a top voice in retail this year. I don't know if they did or not, but like I really busted my ass to get. I wanted one of those trophies. I wanted that validation to put in my headline. Nah, I'm kidding. Thank you for having me. This was a great conversation. I really enjoyed it. You're fun to talk to, and in a way, I was selfish because I missed chatting with you, so I was much more focused on our relationship right now. But this was good. This was good. Thank you for having me. This was fun.
Yeah, guys, I can tell you that you go and follow Juliana and try to engage with she posts because she's not posting that much these days. But when she posts, like you know that something's coming.
It's funny. I promise. I might
Yeah,
post
but
something. I might post something today. It depends. I might have some jokes in it today, but it depends.
yeah, look, like what I can tell you is that we're coming up with a funky marketing top voices. I just need to come up with something that is there is different from what Chili Piper is doing, what we have done last year, and all the other people are doing.
Yeah.
It's damn hard to do it, but I gotta figure out the way. Anyway, so
Give me number one.
you're gonna be on a list. Like the numbers aren't important. At least they weren't before. Maybe we should do it
The
differently.
numbers are not important if you're number one, but if you're not,
Or we can actually try and do it like Chili Piper and actually get people to vote for each
I
other
was
and make a
voted
battle.
actually. I was voted in one of those polls
Yeah,
actually.
yeah, yeah, I know that one.
They're gonna publish some article because they asked me to fill out this type form, and I'm not sure when they're gonna post it, but I'm the second most influential person on in e-commerce on LinkedIn
Of course you are.
according to Blend Commerce. So yeah, thank you. Yeah, no, I don't know. I don't even know. I have to ask those guys because I need that to brag about it on Twitter.
Look, like it's happening. Like I wasn't ever branding Funky Marketing as an agency that does personal branding because usually we
Yeah,
don't do it for the solopreneurs. We do it for the people inside the company if we want to help them, grow.
yeah.
But like we were added in an article as a personal brand company, and then like somebody googled that, found us, and reached out to me, and like it was the first customer that came through Google on
Oh, that's awesome.
on the analytics. But so you might also be surprised with what's coming out of it.
Okay, okay. Yeah, no, I'm excited. I'm excited. And I know you did them last year too, and it was funny. I didn't make your list last year.
Yeah, have I told you the way we have done the list? So
No.
I actually asked people that were in the team, like, give me 10 or 15 people that you consider funky marketing top voices. And
Yeah.
then we basically merged them all together,
Ah,
see what's out there, and those were the names.
that
Basically,
is
like some of them were in the list, but never, we never got to any conversations with them or those kind of stuff. So that's the bad practice that needs to be changed. And it happened
lesson learned.
so close to the New Year's Eve, so
Yeah.
lots of people were already on vacation. Yeah, I'm not sure if we're gonna be better at that this year, but you know, let's see. For example, I wanted to get to the podcast, and he was one of the top voices, Louis Grenier.
Oh yeah, I love Lewis.
And like we know each other from back in like when I was in my first marketing agency. Like he asked me on LinkedIn, like, bro, what is your biggest problem that you're I'm like, man, I'm solving all of them. Like, and that was the end of the conversation. But anyway, like I approached him, and I'm telling this because it's good and it's funny. I want to congratulate the guy. Like I was asking him to do a podcast episode, and he was like, maybe we can do it in March or April, something like that. And that was his answer also last year. Like, and I was saying, like, so what's happening? You're launching another product
Yeah.
or course or something like that. He said, yes, a child. So I was like, woohoo, man, congrats.
That's so awesome. Nah, he's a
Yeah, yeah.
really nice guy, but he's very busy. Like he's helping so many people, has all these cohorts of people, and he's doing a lot of stuff. But
Mm,
he's awesome. He's really awesome. Cool.
yeah. Okay, sister, I think we'll see each other in 2020 in Romania, possibly.
2022, not 2020.
2022, yes, because it's in my plan list. I was planning to go to Timișoara this
Yeah,
year, but like when I looked at the COVID stats, I said let's just do it a bit later. But I want to go to to visit you as well, and it's closer to my hometown, so maybe I'm going to do it when I'm down in Pirot.
definitely come to Bucharest.
So we're going to do something about it.
Definitely. Agnian said he wants to come too. Maybe you take him with you as well, because he said he wants to come, and I told him I want ajvar. If there would be one food that I could eat for the rest of my life, would be ajvar.
Ivar.
This is how we say it in Ivar, but this is how we say it in Romanian. Ajvar.
Yeah, really? No, but
Yeah.
that's the same. You just pronounce the
Je.
word.
Je.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, we have
say
je, but it's not like for
it's
like
E.
yeah.
Yeah,
My surname is Živković.
Oh, there you go. See?
Yeah.
Okay.
So
Yeah, so Ivar, I could eat that for the rest of my life and not need anything else. I even have it.
I
My
had it for the breakfast. I have to say.
Yeah, I fuck that up every day. Like, I don't need other food. Ivar and salami.
Yeah,
Cool.
that's it.
Thanks for having me, bro. Thanks for having me. Thank you, everyone that's been watching. And yeah, I'll see you around. Thank you for having me.
Guys, go ahead, connect with Juliana if you haven't already. Send her a message. Say her that you have been listening or watching her Funky Marketing Show, and just keep it funky. That's always the
Yeah.
end message.